I'm Bailey. I'm a secondary social studies major. And my overall purpose of education is to prepare students for the real world and just educate them with the knowledge they need and equip them for the real world. Out of the 5 teaching orientations, mine was social reconstructionism because I feel like students need to involve themselves with real world issues and socialize and create ways that they can better the world. And with social reconstructionism, it works perfectly with social studies because it's talking about issues in the past and you can relate them with the present day issues. Also, with standardized testing, I'm kind of 50-50 with it. I feel like there should be some form of benchmark or some sort of test that sets it off from the rest. I feel like the SAT and the ACT and other standardized tests should not group people together with what they believe, or not what they believe, but what they do in their scores. I personally believe your GPA alone should be able to be a deciding factor if you go to a college or not, or a good college at that. I feel like standardized testing, like the SAT and ACT, should, when you answer questions, even if it's incorrect or correct, they should base it off intellectually. Why did that person answer that question? Why do they think like that? Why did they, answer that way or got it wrong? And base it off of groups. That's what I believe of that. And I also feel the student-teacher relationship is very important, especially in a high school setting. I want my students to feel like a family when I'm teaching. I want to feel like I'm the friend, and they can always talk to me about anything. And I will treat my students like my own. And I want my students to relate to me, and I can relate to them. And I want them to feel safe, loved, and happy in my classroom. Inspire them to be creative and innovative inside the classroom and outside the classroom. High school isn't a daily routine. I don't want it to be a daily routine, but my senior year in high school, I felt like it was a daily routine. I want high school for these students to be a part of their life where they can learn who they are and they can begin a journey in college or elsewhere and continue with what they want to do. All right, now to social studies. The purpose of social studies is to help young people develop the ability to make informed and real-world decisions for the public good as citizens of a culturally diverse society in an independent world. There are about 12 sub-subjects with social studies. I'm going to write these. Out of the 12, only 4 were taught to me in high school, and that was history, economics, government, and geography. And out of the other 8, they were not mentioned, but they could have been mentioned, or there could have been classes based off these. And these are classes like anthropology, archaeology, philosophy, psychology, religion, sociology, political science, and standard mathematics, which is kind of relates to social studies. I do remember my early elementary days. We did talk about archaeology a lot in 5th grade, but other than that, it's not been mentioned. Out of these are the 12 basic subjects with social studies and a K through 12 experience. These 4 I experienced in high school. These I never experienced, except for archaeology, and that was in 5th grade. And what I want to do to improve this, I want to bring all 12 of these, except for math, into the classroom. Yeah. So I want to just political science. It's like kind of like, I don't know, like a politics form, I guess. Bring religion. In some schools it's banned, you ain't supposed to do it, but I would talk about it in some way. Philosophy is very important, psychology is very important, and sociology is very important, because being social is very important in a classroom setting and setting the goals for these future students and what they want to do. So, along with these four, I do want to teach history, but I would put all these in aspect and what I want to do. And let's see. I especially want to bring this, that, along with this. That's what I want to do. I want to teach history. I would bring a philosophy, psychology, religion, and sociology aspect to it. That's what I would do if I was to become a high school history teacher. That's exactly what I would do. At least four with history, and just combine them because it's important. Religion, past religion, current religion, philosophies in the past and present, and so forth. History is the foundation of everything and what we're built on in the United States and around the world. It's just amazing, and that's why I want to teach it. The 10 themes around social studies are culture, time, continuity, change, people, places, environments, individual development and identity, individuals, groups, institutions, power, authority, and governments, production, distribution, and consumption, science, technology, society, global connections, civic ideals, and practices. Most of those were mentioned to me in high school, and the others weren't. I would bring almost all of those into the classroom setting if I was there. And the purpose of these 10 themes is to represent a way of categorizing the knowledge about the human experience, and they constitute the organizing strands that thread through a social studies program from grades pre-K through 12 as appropriate at each level. And all aside from this and what I want to do, testing obsession has been nudged aside by visual arts, music, physical education, social studies and science, and world languages and financial literacy. Our schools, once a vigorous and dynamic setting where testing wasn't much of a problem, has become a test prep factory where teachers and students write out a script, and they, by someone who's never visited a classroom, where achievement means nothing more than filling in a bubble on a test. I don't personally believe in tests. I feel like have a group test, like group off students and test them that way, ask them like questions, how they answer it, and do it that way. I feel like it's our job as future educators to bring back the arts and social studies and world languages and leave behind corrupting and unconscionable testing scores and move forward with an education that opens their minds and possibilities of their lives. Thank you.
All right.